Many years back, India did not have its fiber chain, and I'm just taking the liberty of sharing some examples. And we decided to create a fiber chain in India, and today we have about 8,75,000 acres of renewable forest. It's created 160 million man-months of employment. It's created social capital, it's a carbon sink, and it has made the business competitive because I have a competitive and sustainable source of fiber, and as a result, our paperboard business is not only the greenest, but it also provides the best quality of paperboard and the best and consistent financial metrics. So all these, because it is pursued in a way that is synergistic. Based on our journey, I would like to suggest there are many things to be done, but let me just call out a few areas that we've found very useful and a few areas that I think are very critical from the Indian perspectives. I think first and foremost, the starting point is for all enterprises to set the ambition, to set the goals. And the moment we do it, we will find innovative forces being unleashed in the enterprise and new ways of working, different ways of thinking, and newer models that will emerge. And I'll allude to some of them as I go forward. Second is we need to commit ourselves to improving and building green infrastructure, green energy, green mobility, green buildings. In ITC, that's a journey that we have traversed over 2 decades. We have 33 green buildings, LEED Platinum certified. We do not make any more buildings that are not LEED Platinum certified. Our hotels is the greenest luxury hotel chain in the world. The world's first platinum-rated data center is the ITC Sankhya. And it is also, I'm sharing these examples to also say it also makes good business sense. It's good for the planet, it's good for the enterprise. Our energy costs in hotels are 40 to 50% lower than comparable. The ITC Windsor Manor Bangalore recently became the first hotel in the world to become net zero carbon. And that hotel's energy costs are 80% lower than normal. So what is good for the planet is also good for the enterprise. Of course, there will be some areas that are difficult to handle, but those are things on which I believe solutions will be found, and as scale comes in, cost will in fact drop. The third area is that we all need to commit ourselves to water neutrality. And I'm emphasizing water because India is water stressed, severely water stressed. 20 out of 30 cities are going to run out of water in this decade. So we need to commit ourselves to water neutrality and in fact go a step forward and become water positive. We, for example, generate 4 times the water harvesting capacity as our net consumption. And it is possible to do so by adopting certain innovative models. We have done through nature-based solutions by restoring community-based water harvesting structures. So it is possible to do it, and it's essential to do it. The third area that we need to look at as corporates is the area of transforming the agri-value chains, not merely because they are one of the significant emitters, but also because they're the most threatened. And that is a value chain where the dependency is high. Dependency is high from livelihoods, and dependency is high from a food security point of view. In 2050, we will have 9 billion people on the planet. And with depleting natural resources, we need to produce food for everybody who exists with better incomes. So that is a serious challenge. But the good news is there are solutions to it.